Welcome back to Health 360. We're discussing everything about mighty millets. From the green lush millets farm, we're now entering chef's kitchen to bring millets on our plates.
Thank you so much for your time and so good to see you in person. We've just seen so much of you
Welcome.
during the G20 summit.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much and welcome to the Bombay
Thank
Club.
you. Thank
I
you.
have something really exciting planned for you. Come.
Thank you so much for time. You're showing us something using millets. What is it?
So, super excited to share a recipe that is a staple at home. I'm going to be creating a millet salad with leftovers. Literally, I'm going to call it a goodness salad. It's got lots of protein. I've also used some kidney beans or rajma, which is, available in all Indian households.
Yes.
Pyaz, tomato, mint, coriander, just very, very simple ingredients. I've got some masala peanuts, which we all like to snack on, but it's such a delicious thing to add. But first, let me tell you about the goodness of the grain that we're using. So we're using these millets. This is a foxtail millet. It is something that is widely available and grown in the northern part of India. And हम ना कभी कभार इसको व्रत के टाइम पे भी खा चुके हैं. Like barnyard millet is another type of millet, which is known as samak ke chawal, which is used during Navratras. So a lot of these millets are 99%. They're all gluten free. So they're very, very healthy for you. This is a cooked grain. तो ये मैंने already soak करके I've already boiled it. And this is the raw grain. So if you see the grain over here, you'll see that they're very, very small. The important part when you're cooking with this is to make sure you wash it at least 3 times. And most importantly, soak it for at least 30 minutes, which leads to like easier digestion. So let's get into making the salad. So first things first, I'm going to take the boiled foxtail millet. And as you can see, it's got a very nice texture, almost like quinoa or any other grain. Not just creating boring recipes, but creating something that we would actually eat. So I'm just adding the cooked rajma, and then I'm adding all these little ingredients. I've got some apple because I always like adding some fruit into a salad. I feel it balances out a salad. So any salad that you're making at home, try adding some fruit. It adds a little bit of crunch. So when you're building a salad, you want lots of flavors, lots of textures, and the best part about the salad is that it's easy to carry in your tiffin boxes. But I'm just teaching you an easy recipe to actually start getting you guys to eat millets. I'm going to be plating it for you and me so that we can enjoy the salad. So I'm just going to take half the avocado and put it at the bottom. So I'm just going to mash it. Do you want to mash this?
Yeah, sure.
Just add a little bit of salt.
Thank you.
And you don't want it to discolor, so you want to add a little bit of lemon juice. And now what we're going to do is, we'll just toss up the salad with the dressing that I have made here. So we've got a lemon vinaigrette. It's just lemon juice, olive oil, salt and pepper. So we'll be adding this. And we don't have to add very little because the millets actually soak up a lot of flavor. So any millets that you're using, whenever you're adding any flavor to it, make sure that you're adding loads of flavor because it is a carrier of flavor. So it will, take on that flavor. So I'm just adding a little bit of green chili. I hope you like your salad a little spicy because it'll add some kick. The apples are sweet. So we want to balance it out. Some salt, some pepper, and a good squeeze of lemon. So with the green chili, the apples really work. Everything gets balanced out.
And it's not spicy at all. So.
Really? I did get some green chili.
Yeah, it's fine though. I think it tastes really good.
Okay, good. This is going to be your lunch. I like adding some beans or chickpeas into this salad because it adds that extra layer of protein. So I like adding a little bit of fresh coriander, and we're going to add some mint, just a little bit of the peanuts for that extra crunch, and some microgreens on top. Lastly, some beautiful color. an easy recipe, and I do hope you enjoy it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I hope you guys enjoy it.
So thank you, Anahita. Finally, we have the goodness salad ready, and it was very simple to do, and it's a beautiful looking salad.
Yes,
Thank you so much. I can't wait to try it, but at the same time, what I want to ask you is this. There's been so much conversation about millets and, how we should be incorporating it in our diets. A lot of people ask me this. First of all, that how can we do it in a regular dal, chawal, sabzi, ghar ka khana, roti, tiffin,
Absolutely.
breakfast, like I for one like eggs for breakfast, So how do I incorporate millets in my breakfast?
So the most important thing about millets is that there's not one millet. It's an entire family.
Okay.
There are 9 different types of millet. Just to name a few, you have, finger millet, proso millet, kodo, little, obviously sorghum, bajra, jowar. All of these come under the millet family. And each millet comes with its own nutritional, benefits and qualities. But the best part is that they're all gluten-free and they use a lot lesser amount of water when they're grown. So they're actually good for the climate, for the planet, for the farmer, and for all of us because they're extremely healthy and nutritious. So I think सबके दिमाग में यही है कि millets पकाएं कैसे या how do we use it in our daily diets. The important thing is buy it from a reliable source, get it from places where the millets are clean, and then wash it at least 3 times. उससे क्या होता है कि millets में जो bitterness होती है वो चली जाती है. So wash it 3 times and then soak it for at least half an hour for better. All types of millets, especially the bigger millets like jowar and bajra, they need a lot more soaking time because you want to easily digest.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Chai and your kokum drink is here. So if you're using a basic simple millet, just use it instead of rice.
Yes.
So a foxtail, what we've used, or a brown top, or a kodo, or a proso, these are perfect millets to be added as an accompaniment to a rajma or a curry or a dal, which can be eaten like a rice, and it's gluten free.
Yeah, exactly. I was coming to that. It's gluten free and also very good for people who enjoy their rice, but say have diabetes and have to deal with that as well, isn't it?
Yes. So I think it's very easy. For me, it's very versatile. On my Instagram page, you will find numerous recipes where I've replaced rice or wheat, anything, and added, millets. I think the responsibility of the chef today is to be creative with this grain. International Year of the Millet hai, so we have to start using this grain in different ways to give people ideas.
I've seen a lot of products using millets, like pasta, noodles, papad. Again, how tasty are these? Because I haven't tried these, and this really is a time when you can't keep a lot of these things away from your kids.
So honestly, I always have like some kind of a millet khakra in my dabba for a quick snack, and you'll always find interesting ways of using it. जो दिमाग में ये होता है ना कि वो bitter होगा या खराब होगा या earthy flavor आता है, bland होता है. That's not the case because you're only looking at grains which you've probably eaten in your childhood and you don't have good memories with those recipes. कि मम्मी ने खिला दिया था और force कर दिया था, वो अच्छा नहीं था. But today what you can make, like I make the softest ragi rotis at home. Of course, there is some amount of atta and there is some amount of ragi, but it's almost like a 75-25 ratio. So you're eating a lot more ragi, which is very healthy for you because it has 3 times the amount of calcium that milk does. So, it's something that I would recommend people to kind of introduce slowly into their diet.
Yes, also because you need to also develop a taste for it, right? So
taste plus know how to cook the grain. That's important.
I wanted to know from you, a lot has been said about sustainability, and that's why you saw the push even during the G20 summit for these millets. For a country like ours where the crops are really dependent on the monsoons, the rains, millets require less water plus pesticides. Right. That's the reason why it's good for the soil as well.
Right. So, like I told you, there's an entire ecosystem.
Yes.
And this is a grain which is actually good for the climate because it's adding back those nutrients into the soil. They're good for the farmer because the farmers are able to also cultivate different crops at the same time. Plus, after each batch, there's certain nutrients that have gone back to the soil. So the farmer is happy with his, crop. And the most important part is that it's healthy for you and me. इतने सालों से वो सब भूल गए थे कि अच्छा millets हैं,
This was
back
an
of the
ancestral
head.
food.
And it is an ancient grain which has grown in India for so many years.
Lastly, before we conclude, salad is still not over. We're going to finish it after
I know,
this
I really
interview.
want to dig in.
I know, me too. But lastly, I just want to ask you which really is your favorite millet dish, since we saw just so much of you all of last week making just so many dishes. What is it that you love?
So honestly, I'm not going to choose one thing,
Yes.
but there are these delicious jowar chocolate brownies, which are my favorite. It's a secret recipe which I'm not going to give anyone because I'm opening a restaurant soon, and it's going to be part of that.
Okay,
so as soon as it
congratulations.
opens, I'm going to send you a picture and you can come and try it.
Sure. Thank you for joining us, and thank you so much
Thank
for your
you.
time, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, that also in fact brings us to the end of this edition of Health 360. You can watch the show on India Today's website, that's indiatoday.in, on all of India Today's social media platforms as YouTube, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. You can catch many such stories. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.